say hello. Thanks for joining us again this week. I have a lovely host tonight that's coming to host, and we're going to get into this. Tonight's topic is, does toxic people relationships last longer? Make sure when you get in, you share it, give me a heart and thumbs up, let me know that you are here, and share it to the group, share it to everywhere. It don't cost you nothing to share. You ain't doing nothing anyway. Just hit the share button, let me know you here, chilling with your girl, okay? Got that. So over here with you, who are you? See, now I don't know. This is also one of the Candy Coated Secret Twins.
Yes, she
She is actually one of the Candy Coated Secret Twins. Okay? One of the people that are behind the camera, you know.
Always.
She's always behind the scene, and she is here up front and center today. So I'm glad that she is sitting here. Tell people about you and what you do for CCS.
I'm a friend.
She's shy. She's trying to
I'm
be
just
shy.
a friend. And I twerk at events.
That's it. So CCS Twerk. That's what she did. So do you think that toxic people relationships last longer?
It depends on how deep.
Like what? What do you mean? Like how deep?
I think if both people are toxic,
Mm-hmm.
they understand each other. So I would say it definitely could. But if one person's toxic and the other person isn't toxic, it's kind of like it's not
like a
match.
battle, like a.
Yeah.
Mm.
It won't match. They won't match.
What y'all think? So she said that toxic people they go together. It works.
I think so.
It works, right? And a person who's not toxic with a toxic person is not gonna work. It doesn't. Our audience said it don't.
No,
Because they're never you'll never understand where this person's coming from.
right.
So, and with that, do you believe that you're toxic? Do you think
I
you're toxic?
have like pieces.
Okay, yeah, pieces.
Yeah,
pieces
I can
of
admit that. I'm not just full blown psycho.
We're going to drink today. You know,
Mm-hmm.
drink. At least appreciate honesty here. We appreciate honesty. Yes. She said that she's a little toxic. You know what I'm saying? So with that, do you have, if you ever have in your relationship, like, do you think that you are the one that's balanced?
Mhm.
Well, no, because you said you have a little toxic though.
But I think that I have a tendency to date, like I attract toxic people,
Okay.
right? So I think I have a good balance
Okay.
of that.
Okay.
So yeah.
A good balance of that. So for me, I think I can be toxic. I think I can be. I know for a fact, years ago I was very fucking
yes.
toxic.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, she over here getting the Holy
Yeah,
Ghost.
we're gonna keep it real,
Yeah,
right?
we're going to keep it
We
all the
gonna
way
keep it real.
real,
We
okay?
gonna keep it real.
So, yes, I used to be very, very toxic, okay? A long time ago. And I try not to be that. Because toxic, who wants to always be arguing, fussing, fighting,
Yeah.
crying, busting out windows, slashing tires, beating up chicks, you know, smacking your mother, your father, your grandmother's mother's mother. Like,
That's a little like extra though. Like, toxic is so.
So is it levels to being
Yeah,
toxic?
because
Yes.
she just went to psychiatrist. That's just.
Oh, so you said I was psycho?
You
Yes.
said beating people's mothers?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I didn't like her.
I mean, that's what I'm about to say.
What?
No.
We gotta go to the audience in a second.
I got a question. Can we say that being a little toxic is okay?
Yes, yes, you can.
It's like, can we really say that it's okay to have a little bit of toxic in you?
Yeah,
because I think
Y'all
that.
think it's okay? CC?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we should find out, like, you know, do a poll, because I think being a little toxic is
It's
okay.
It is.
So
And there's levels to toxic.
Yes.
okay,
Crazy.
So she said crazy. Okay, so the members here are saying that it is levels to being toxic, and that being toxic also helps balance, right?
Yeah,
in a
sometimes
relationship.
it is.
Sometimes.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you you want Miss Vibrations, because you know y'all hate when Miss Vibrations. You know she always get Miss
give it to him.
Vibrations.
Just go
Here
ahead
she
and give it to
come.
him.
Here she come.
Because I feel like
And
that
What's the universe telling
the
you?
universe says the universe says that, you know, a relationship is not supposed to consist of a bunch of issues and problems. Like, you're not supposed to argue and fuss and fight all the time. People are ending up in prison behind being toxic. People are ending up burying their mothers, their children, their sisters and brothers behind being toxic. So, you know, to want a little bit of a toxic, I've had toxic.
But that's
and
extreme
I must say how about that. I feel like, you know, 2 and degree, I understand the whole. You feel like a relationship needs somebody got to have
You
you a
gotta
little
have
toxic.
that, yeah, just
because,
a little bit.
Because it gives you that flair, right? It makes you be like, damn, I love this nigga.
Yeah. Yes.
So I get that. You know, I get that. I understand it. You know, shit that's wrong for us feels so good. You ever had somebody where you like, ooh, this is so wrong, but it feels so good.
Like sex that you're not supposed
That's
to have.
toxic. That is toxic.
Or messing with friends.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Hold on.
God.
Look, they jumping around in here. You keep hold that thought. So I you know, I just feel like sometimes it's necessary, but I feel like it can do more harm than good. You know what I'm saying? It definitely can sometimes. You know. So what is a toxic scenario for you? What's one of your? Give me a toxic scenario since you said you were here and you were honest and that you have a little bit of toxic. What is your little bit of toxic?
Well, what do you define as toxic?
Well, what is your toxic? You guys, what is toxic to you? Let us know what is toxic because everybody has different levels of toxic and what they think toxic is.
Like I have a problem with like you could say something and I have to say something back. Like I can't.
So you have to back.
I can't let it go. I'm not there yet.
But is that toxic?
Or is
So
that toxic?
somebody who is always having to have the last word. Is that toxic? Do y'all consider that toxic? Somebody that
So then
always
I'm
have to
not
have the
toxic.
last word. What else do you think toxic is, Sid? What is toxic?
Like you like to argue.
Okay, do you like to argue?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But you said you was just a little toxic. Okay.
Just a little bit.
So do you want to argue with a purpose behind it? Like some people like to get in arguments because they feel like it's gonna make the sex better when they get.
I do.
So you
I
know the
think
audience
so.
says they do. So what's your toxic?
My definition of toxic is two people that, you know, the constant like disagreeing, the constant disagreeing, the constant fighting, you know, arguing. But I always say that again is levels to that because, you know, you don't have to be with somebody and constantly agree with them. It's
Right.
it's levels to arguments. You know, toxic. Being real toxic is when it does lead to violence. Y'all constantly cussing each out, the disrespect.
The prison.
You know, I mean, I'm not gonna just say prison. It's just a constant disrespect. You know, but you don't think that there's different types of toxic, like because you could be toxic and just be cheating, but the relationship is good. You don't think that that's toxic?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did y'all hear her? She was saying you could be toxic and the relationship be good, and all you do is just cheat.
No, I'm asking, is that toxic? Would you consider that as being toxic?
I would consider that dysfunctional.
But that's what toxic is also, dysfunction, correct?
Yeah, to a form. I think toxic is a
So
form.
I
it's
think
like I
toxic
said,
is like,
Toxic is a form of dysfunction.
Exactly.
I feel like toxic is a big, huge open umbrella. And it's like toxic is the topic. Right?
Yeah.
The
And
top
then
of the
it's like
house.
everything
And then
falls
it's like
under-
so many other things that could be in it, like cheating, you know.
because you
lying
have
and all
some
that.
people that argue over toilet paper, or you know their husband's not
Or
putting
leaving
the
the
toilet
toilet
seat
seat
there.
out.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's something
and,
we all
and I
argue
don't feel
about.
like that should be something that you create into being something so toxic. But people do. You have people that, I mean, it depends on a person. I really think, okay, I like to argue. I do. I like to argue.
Okay.
You know,
So are you toxic?
I'm in denial. About being toxic.
The Nile is not just a river in Egypt.
I'm in denial about being toxic.
My little sayings.
I mean,
You come on, we open, we honest here.
I'm in denial.
Okay.
I mean, it's there.
Okay.
But like I said, I think everyone has a little toxic in them.
But it also goes back to what I said. Like you have to have. I feel like you said, everybody has it. So it's a balance.
That's
like,
what I'm about to say. It's
if,
like
if
you
a
said,
person
balance.
is like extremely, it's like nah, I'm okay. But if I'm a little toxic and he's a little toxic,
and it goes
we
together.
Go together.
See?
We go like it goes
Yeah.
together.
I don't want a
understand
quiet
you,
relationship.
You yeah,
You don't want a quiet relationship?
It's boring to me.
it is.
Maybe it's my sign.
So is that because, but do you know, sometimes do you think that could be because you've never had normal? You know, sometimes, not you specifically, but sometimes I've experienced that where, so you guys give us a heart and thumbs up and let me know that you're here. I'm going to read the comments here shortly. That, you know, something can feel so good and you like, something got to be wrong. Or me and this mother freaker always getting the fuck along. Or we don't. So it's just like, when you are dealing with something that's not your norm, it can make you feel like something is wrong. So you feel like all you like to do is argue and fight. You can't be with somebody somebody that don't want to argue and fight. That's not normal.
But I have been. That's what I've been in several. Most people don't like to argue. Yeah. Most of my relationships, they did not like to argue.
Yeah, they just like, all right, so I don't pay you no mind.
Yeah,
and they just let you do what you do.
And I don't want to go. I mean,
and how did those relationships work out? Are y'all still together with these people that feel like that?
I mean, we still friends.
Okay.
I can't help what I like.
So let's go to the comments. Okay. Hey, you guys. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Queen. Hey, Miller. Howard. So Tiffany said toxic is poison to the relationship. IMO. Miller said evil is good ass. It's good you get some evil ass. So that was going back to the sex part. Okay. Pebble said toxic is abusive, period. Abuse to self or your partner. It's just, that's what toxic is. Timothy said toxic better be bleached and ammonia cleaned in my bathroom. Other than that, I'll quit her. Okay, Timothy, so you don't really like a woman that's toxic and that wants to do all the arguing and all of that. So do you do anything in a relationship to help prevent being in a toxic relationship? Linda said toxic is her teeth marks in my shoulders and we had sex and made up. Okay, so it looks like some of y'all fellas like these toxic ass women around here.
No, that's exactly what they do. Yeah.
And they'll say that they don't, but then they
any guy who doesn't like that toxic.
Tiffany said you have ups and downs that are normal, but when you're using the word toxic, that's not good. Pebble said cheating is toxic. Cheating indicates dishonesty and betrayal, ma'am. Linda said they won't work. Toxic leads to fatal attraction. And Pebble said toxic people attract one another. Ooh. And we all about that attraction and you attract. So, that's why I said.
I must not be toxic.
So you're not.
I must not be.
Well, you also said you're in denial. So,
but I don't attract just toxic people.
So Katrina said, hey, Trina girl with the words of wisdom. Katrina said, 2 people that are toxic does not promote growth in a relationship. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that y'all saying that, just to recap, they're saying that sometimes you need one person to be a little toxic and the other one to be normal, or sometimes you can have toxic and it works and it's needed. But I feel like what Katrina said, 2 people that are toxic does not promote growth in a relationship. How can we grow if we're both stuck somewhere?
Because the problem is a lot of people, like, I can admit that I have faults. Like I have a lot of problems. Some people can't. You can't, like Titi said, she said she was in denial. A lot of people are in denial about it. But my thing is, like, okay, so if I know what the problem is, I'm going to work on myself. Like, I'm going to try to fix it. And I feel like my conversation with my friend now is if I'm doing something, call me out on it. Okay. So the next time I can fix it. Like,
But do we actually like being called out on our toxic shit?
I do, because I want to change. I don't want to be the same person. Okay. I feel like every year, I just was telling my best friend this, every year I try to elevate something. Growth. Right. So if that, if that's what it is, and then I have to change, and I recognize that I need to change certain things.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
So how about you, my lovely?
I agree, but I don't agree that toxic, can stop you from growing. I mean, it's up to the people in the relationship, and also, the level of toxic.
Okay.
Because I feel like, I mean, we all have issues. That's undeniable. No one is perfect.
Okay.
So
but we ain't fucked up either. I'm sorry, I always say that when anybody says that.
I mean, that's true too. I just I don't agree with the let's not say toxic people can grow, because they can.
Well, because
people change. I went from just slashing windows, but
yeah, I've done that.
And it's just like, I'm tired of this. Like, I do something different. It's like you recognize, like, all right,
but that goes back to like what she said. When you do get that different, it doesn't feel right. Like she said, that different to her.
It doesn't.
It's boring.
I mean, it's boring. It's boring for me, but it's also levels. Like, okay, you might. Okay, prime example. It's boring for me, but I have that nigga also that will jump out the car like, you acting a fool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get out here. Let's go now. I'm good with that. That's
so
fine.
With public.
Yeah, it don't bother me.
Chastising.
That's not chastising. That's not chastising. No. Yes, because you out here acting a fool. Yes, I do. Yes, because sometimes you.
Sometimes you need that.
I do. I mean, I'm admit that I act up. But the reality of it is that I guess it's not per se toxic all the way. I mean, I just don't. No, I don't like soft relationships. I'm not that girl. I'm a hood girl. Okay. So I like a hood nigga.
Super hood.
Right. Like I like a hood nigga. I mean, yes, of course, like, you know, my dude, he go to work every day. He still got that hood in him though.
Come
you know,
bust your head sometimes or every
no, we ain't getting to that far to the busting of the head. But I don't know. I think it's all about the person and what works for them.
Yeah.
So I don't want the nigga that's sipping coffee.
But you know what? That's good though. We all have different things, and I will say, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, one side of me used to like really. I used to be toxic, but I don't want to say that I was toxic on my own fault. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so now you want to blame your
right.
toxic on the other. Somebody made me this way.
I'm definitely going to pass the blame off.
No.
But because it's like, but I own that I put myself in these situations.
It's all in us.
You know what I'm saying? We put ourselves in these situations,
right.
But when I was in there, like, you couldn't tell me anything. Like,
no.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't pay me to react how I used to fucking react some years ago. Because me reacting how I used to react would have almost had me in prison.
But isn't that along with maturity?
Yeah, thank you.
That's maturity. We get older, we get.
You know, so like I said, I used to be toxic. I've taken my fucking brand new car, crashed it at the family cookout, climbed in windows, took tags, slashed tires.
Went to the airport.
Went to the airport, found a nigga car in the airport. Like,
we see what we had said.
I was coming to reflect.
That's
it don't really sound all that.
Yeah, it don't sound that good. You know, the Lord know my heart for He. I not know what I did. But I'm saying, once upon a time, I did that. You know, not a lot of people will be able to be like, yeah, I did this. Will be like, no, I didn't. I did it. I feel like we all have done some crazy shit at one point in time. Yeah. You know, because you're the one that told me about marbles in the gas tank. I've done some shit, but I ain't never thought about putting marbles in the gas tank. Now,
sugar.
I'm like, whoa.
Sugar.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, marbles. I gotta put.
But you can put marbles in somebody's gas tank.
You guys ever heard anybody putting marbles in someone's gas tank? You know how fucked
but
up
that shit is too toxic, okay?
So
that shit is too toxic because we not doing
sugar
that.
Is it?
But we not doing none of that no more.
I'm saying sugar is
no,
it?
because that was years ago. Like that's years ago. We not doing none of that no more.
Right, you're right.
We can't blow shit up, like you know.
Moving on. Just saying.
Moving on.
You're not gonna be able to do nothing with it.
It's not even going to stop it.
Don't even try
Stop
it.
it.
So my mother used to tell me about when you slash somebody's tires.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Do you slash 3 or do you slash 4? I can't remember. I was gonna. And which one does insurance pay for? All 4. So you slash 3.
Yeah.
And most dudes don't know if you slash all 4, insurance won't pay for all 4. My mother used to tell me that a long time ago. I kept it, you know.
Shout out to all the toxic mothers.
Shout out to my mom
who's changing as well. You know what I'm saying?
I'm only slashing 2 any fucking way. You won't be mad at me.
For real? You see,
I'm poking holes.
I do 2. The windows.
Yes.
I'm a kid. Put courtesy of Jazz.
I just said we're going to take your windshield.
Y'all ever pull up and go, baby, come outside.
Yes. Yes. Because I'm going to pull up queen. What? I'm on my way.
Yeah, I used to have a real bad pull up.
Me too.
That
was dangerous.
Oh, you did. He hung up.
Because he hung up?
Yes. I'm on my way.
Because he hung up?
Yes. I'm talking about like we're in an argument and you hang up. What y'all call it? Banging? Don't bang on me. Don't bang on me. Yes. Banging on me live to get you shot.
That shit make you mad when it's over.
Let me go to the comments. Mm-hmm. So Limbo said she needs to go to jail for those marbles. He also said that he needs a little crazy. So that's when
most men do though.
But they don't want to admit it. And all women want to pretend that, I don't have no crazy in me.
Yeah, I do.
So do you guys, watching, do you guys, the fellas that's watching, ladies that's watching, do you feel like all men want a little crazy? Want a little cuckoo?
That shit turns them on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because, think about it. If you got a woman that's
quiet he said it sounds like abuse to him. So Charles says, so y'all trying to justify your toxic, or are we answer the question? So I feel like we just all giving our stories of different ways of being toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like I do feel like that.
I mean, we recognized it was wrong, but at the time, like nobody's.
So Courtney said y'all out here giving toxic tips. And Olivia said, y'all cut 2. I'm going to cut the other 2 and let the insurance company pay for it. I know
He's smart. He said, because I'm getting my tires.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany said, I don't get it, though. A motherfucker going to do what they want regardless, so act a fool for what? Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, as you grow and you get older, you have to learn, like, you can do all of that shit, and it's not going to change anything. So with that being said,
again,
you know,
maturity.
But right, because can you really say at like 17, 18, like a nigga really playing in your face, you're gonna like, oh no, you can't, like I can't say that.
Some 30-year-old women that will sit here and say that they won't do this until they get their heart broken. They in that moment.
Right.
See, nothing matters until you're in that moment.
Right.
You will sit here and say, oh, I won't handle it this way. I know I will be that way. I will do this. But most women that have said they have found themselves looking crazy at some point, or even sitting outside in the pouring rain on the curb, sitting there crying.
Yeah.
That's bad too.
Yeah.
So you don't know what you would do when that moment occurs.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm definitely a believer of that. That's why I don't really do the whole, oh, I'm not gonna do this. Like even with our secrets and Candy Coat Secrets that came today. I'll get into that in a minute. That I don't ever give that whole, well, this is what I would do. This is how I'm doing. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what I'm gonna do until I get in. And I just will hope that I am, strong enough and have been, grown and grew and mature enough to handle however it comes, because things happen. But also, some things, like I said, certain situations you put yourself in, the no good dude. So if you decide to stay with no good woman or no good man, and that's what you're choosing to do, then that's something you're choosing to do. If your man is cheating, not coming home, doing whatever he's doing, and you choosing to turn a blind eye, or your woman not doing what she's supposed to do, and she's cheating, you're choosing to turn a blind eye, that's when you're putting yourself in that. You're putting yourself in that predicament. But the thing that comes with putting yourself in that predicament, sometimes with people who aren't where you are yet, is marbles, gas, fighting, windows, all that stuff.
Marbles ain't had
So, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, I don't judge. I don't judge. I don't care what nobody thinks. But it's just that we all grow at different levels. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I would have done or I did do at 17 and 25, you couldn't pay me to do now at 33.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we all do different things. We all learn at different levels. Let's see. He said, Charles said, Erica Mena equals toxic and crazy. Holly Berry equals toxic. Left Eye equals crazy. That's not toxic to be sad or upset about how a situation turned out. It's normal, but to stay with someone that's repeatedly doing the same shit is a waste. That's actually the definition of insanity. Staying in the situation thinking that it's going to change. So let me go here to the secret that came in today, right? Yeah, give me a thumbs up and a heart. Let me know that you're here. I don't know if you guys could probably call in today. I'm not sure. So here it is. It says, my wife and I haven't been happy for a long time. I honestly feel like we're growing apart. I believe I didn't marry the right person for me, but at the same time, she is a great woman. She initiated the divorce option. Once she did that, I went and I filed. Fast forward, the year is up for us being separated, and now we can go through with the divorce. However, she has thrown me completely off because now she doesn't want it. I feel bad because during this time, I realized a lot about me as a man, and I really don't want to work it out. I know if I go back, I'll be unhappy. No, I've never messed around with my wife. Any suggestions? So I feel like in that type of situation, if you don't go through with the divorce and you stay, that could be a form of being toxic, because you're going against how you're feeling to stay in a situation based upon somebody else's feelings. Some of the people have recommended, to be honest. Christy said to be honest with her and say you want to move forward with the divorce. Tiara said, I was going to say marriage counseling, but looks like it's time to walk away. Charles said, this is sad. I don't know the answer. He said something key. She is a good woman. He might find that she's the best for him. Love ain't cut and dry. Y'all know Charles is always pro-love to the end. You could be about to hang yourself, and Charles will say, hang on a little long. What else? Who else? Ari said maybe she's too good for him. Tan said maybe they're just not compatible either to that person. So my thing is, sometimes I think we forget that people grow apart.
That's what they're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people grow apart.
And the love is different after we start to grow apart.
Yeah, after we start to grow apart. But I feel like a lot of times when we're in relationships and we go through breakups, I feel like we focus on the negative of it, like the feeling of what you've lost or what you're going to lose, and I'm not able to sleep, or ain't nobody was going to want me, or what am I gonna do? You know, calling everybody, you know, all those emotions that we go through. How often do you hear somebody go through a breakup and be like, ooh, I gained such a peace of mind. I feel so free. I'm just, you know, happy to be here. I'm loving me.
Yes.
I'm putting all the time and energy into me. Like, we never really hear people speak of the positive sides of being away from someone. We always just hear them talk about all the hurt and the pain and what they went through, what they, you know what I did for this nigga? You know what I did for this woman? You know what I'm saying? But we never really look at the positives, and I feel like, y'all know me, it's vibration. You gotta look at the positive side all the time. She hates it, because I make her look at the positive side every 20 seconds of everything. Candace, we went to Chick-fil-A, and they gave me 5 nuggets instead of 8. Well, you gotta look at the fact that you still got your nuggets, Jazz. You know, it could have worse. You could have got no nuggets. So she hates when I do that. But I do. I feel like we have to start looking at the positive. How many of you actually look at the positive in the breakup? I see y'all pointing me over here to Instagram. What y'all want over there? What did Instagram want? Hey, Instagram! How you guys doing today? So, yeah, I feel like that. I feel like, you know, a lot of times, other than toxic, y'all know the 2 toxic people that seem to stay together the longest? 2 goddamn crackheads. 2.
And they be toxic as
2
fuck.
the crackheads. What is it with that crackhead love? Like, the how thick thing?
Somebody say
all of that.
Crazy.
All of that. 2 crackheads will stay together.
And they will fight all day long to get high.
Yeah.
But they will still work that out by the end of the night. So is that loyalty?
Oh, you know what? So Queen has a good question. She said, did he start feeling this way since the corona? I don't know. He didn't reveal all of that. You know, as you guys give him, I put him. I've been busy. I have a whole bunch of secrets, and I just put him. But what I will say is, I did speak with somebody who actually said that corona actually being quarantined helped them to leave their goddamn wife. and I think that is so jacked up. And I looked at him like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. He was like, yo, like, once this shit is up, I'm ready. I'll be glad when they let us up. I'm moving away. I'm out of this bitch. Like,
why? But did he say, like, why?
He just said, he's like, it's the corona. Like, just being around her all day, every day. You know, I go to work, she home with her job. He was like, and I come back home and she just there. Like, we just constantly going back and forth. She just always got something to say. As married people like use the word nagging. She just always nagging. So he's like, yo, I ain't even worried about it. I can't wait till they lift this shit. I'm out of here. Like, and I'm like, damn, you know. So you know, corona. That was a good question. That was a good question. Queen that wanted to know what did he feel like this because of corona. Katrina said if he felt the same way, then maybe it could work, but he doesn't, so it's open for regrets. Charles said, I think marriage is different. There are different rules.
Yes.
What, you do?
Yeah.
So what are the different rules with marriage?
I think, like, okay, so you're like, with a relationship, you can, it's easy to be like, man, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing this. I think with a marriage, if you actually, like, you came to this person, you love this person, you know, like, this is the person you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with, it's certain things, like, you're going to try to work out. Like, a relationship is easy. Like, yo, we can have a kid together and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ties, but it's not. A marriage is like, your vows, you took those vows for better or for worse and all that. Like, right. Whatever.
I understand we're all open to our own opinion.
But you don't think so.
I know. I just feel like the same commitment that I have, or those expectations that I have of you as my boyfriend, they're not going to change just because we're married. I feel like that's just me, because I have to see that dedication, that loyalty, that love, that trust, all of that for me to even accept the proposal. So you would accept the proposal from somebody that didn't display any fucking thing?
That's
not the answer to the question. Hold on, audience member. No, right? Okay. So it's just like, for me, I'm not gonna expect any different. You know, people say to death do them part and all that, but it's like, really, if it's to death do us part, people wouldn't be getting divorced. People get divorced every day. So I don't get it. You know, I always say, what's the fun in forever anyway? But the whole thing for me is just that people grow apart. People grow apart. But I'm not gonna expect you to be any different or treat me any less just because you're my boyfriend or I'm your girlfriend.
Well, hold on.
So what is the difference?
What he said.
It's a difference, though.
Get this. Oh, hey, y'all. Go ahead. Because, you know, I'm sorry, y'all. There was a commercial because he's about to get linked on. Producer's about to get linked on.
It is a difference. And I don't think it's the same. The level of relationship is different when it's marriage.
Okay.
I think the level of commitment and loyalty is different. I mean, to each his own when it comes to that, because like everybody said, it's different for them. But I don't agree with you saying that I have expectations of you being okay. This being like my husband before it is my husband.
Okay.
I don't agree with that. Like you're not my husband, so I'm not gonna put you on that pedestal of having certain expectations that I would have for my husband, unless I'm looking to you to say this is what our future look like.
Exactly.
But not everybody is meant to be your husband or your wife. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that you would do that with everybody you encounter. What I'm saying is if you have somebody, whoever pops that question, and you gotta fix that. Sorry guys. Whoever pops that question and you say yes to them. I'm sorry, we have some technical difficulties. And whoever popped that question and you say yes to them, they have to have displayed something to you for you to say yes. Yes. He had to see something in you for him to ask you to be his wife, yes?
But,
or am I thinking something different?
But nobody's saying you can't feel how you want to feel. Like, nobody's saying that.
No, I'm not talking about me.
No. Right. No. With what he said. Nobody's saying that. But you asked a question, so I just feel like it's certain things that, you know, what it goes for a marriage, and then there's certain things that goes for a relationship. And I don't think that is... I don't know any married person that says it's easy to walk out of a marriage versus a relationship. Right. I don't know anybody that says that.
So Renee said something.
What did Renee say? You have to plug it in. But go ahead. You're going to have to probably put it in your lap. But go ahead.
She said, in a marriage, you should try your best to work it out. Absolutely. But why force it? What good does forcing it do?
That's what I'm saying.
But he's not. I mean, I don't think the guy is saying. I feel like it's done. Like he said, you know, I felt this way.
Wait, hold on. Go ahead. You can finish. Fix that. I'm sorry.
He felt this way.
Every time you pull it, it pulls back.
Yeah, that's what it was. He said he felt that way. You know, she wants to work it out, but he's done. I think the whole thing in a nutshell. Just say it. You know, it's done. It's done. So let it be done. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you can still love her, but it's just not the same love that it was. And in cases, why prolong or go with a counseling and all this stuff? If we've been apart for a year already or whatever,
Go ahead.
Whatever the time that we've been apart, then let's let it go.
I also don't feel like he needs to feel bad about it.
No, and I don't think no one should.
No, because I stayed in a relationship for that reason.
Oh, what reason is that?
Because I felt that, like, I've been wanting
the guilt trip,
like a whole, 2 years, you know, before we even broke up, and I did it because it's like, it was a guilt trip. Like, are they gonna be okay? You know, like just worrying about the person,
being codependent.
Like, yeah, and I'm like, I had to realize, like, oh, I'm not
responsible. But you know what? I do think it's hard for you to realize sometimes, even in a relationship, because I don't know if it's a woman thing or just because we like care, but it's hard sometimes to just when you have to break up with someone or when you guys are getting divorced or when you're no longer together, it's hard for you not to care how they're going to feel or how it's going to affect them. You know what I'm saying? In some kind of way. I feel like if you're able to just move on, cut clear from somebody and not even think about how they're going to feel, you're rude.
Well, I don't think you ever really love them.
Yeah.
I don't think you can, like, you can't say you ever really love the person if you could just get up and just be like, unless, well, no, because even if a person cheats, you still have that type of love. It's like I'm pissed off at the time, but eventually, like, I'll calm down. You know, like the smoke will clear. So I still feel like, if you decide that you just want to get up and leave and be like, I don't care about your feelings, and you can just move on. Maybe you never really loved them. I don't really know.
Yeah.
You know,
unless it's like something mutual.
Yeah.
Miller said it only works if both people want it. Charles said counseling will fix this marriage. Okay, so you feel like that counseling will fix that marriage?
I'm saying Charles. Look at him.
Charles got all the answers. I think Charles is a counselor. Jimmy said, I don't like the guilt trip thing. Yeah, the guilt trip thing is not a cool thing to have, a cool thing to do. No. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people will be manipulative too, to try to manipulate you to stay in a situation that you damn sure shouldn't even be in. That God Himself, I tell people sometimes people try to keep things together that God Himself is tearing apart.
Go ahead, Tyler Perry.
Shout out to them over there at Tyler Perry Studios and stuff. But no, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like we put ourselves in these predicaments and in these situations. We do this to ourselves all the time. And then we blame the other person for it being done. And we definitely shouldn't even be thinking or considering to do that. Charles said, no, I'm not no damn counselor.
But I do agree with what he's saying. I think that when you're married, if you can, you need to use like everything that you could possibly do to try to save your marriage. I feel like you should do. But once again, if it died, it died. I mean, you gotta be, both people have to be willing to try to fix it. But it is what it is.
Both people have to be willing to fix it.
I mean, I think that with marriage, I think that's you're supposed to give your all. So,
right, and that's what I said. If you haven't done counseling yet, go to counseling.
If you do all
and if you feel like after counseling doesn't work, then go ahead and call it quits.
So do you not think that you should give your all in a relationship either?
You can.
I think you should give your all in a relationship that you want to go further.
Right, that you want to go further.
I want people to stop looking at relationships like you're already in a marriage.
No, you can't.
I feel like enjoy the ride until you get there.
Until it fall off.
No, until you get there.
So do you guys feel like that? I remember the audience said, enjoy the ride to the relationship, until you get there. Because there's too much pressure being applied in these relationships.
I feel like once a person lets it be known, like this is what once a person tells you, listen, this is what I want to do, I know that I want to spend the rest of my life with you, whatever, then maybe I'll treat you as such.
I'll treat you as such what?
Like, I'll treat you like, oh, he's talking to my husband. Like, I might treat you like that. But we just boyfriend and girlfriend, I'm not.
So explain to me what is the difference between having a boyfriend and a girlfriend and a husband and a wife as far as the treatment goes. Because I need some clarification for the people who think like me. Okay? So help me clarify. Only because I'm not going to. It has to be something in you or something that I want or that I see where, so you know what, not saying I'm going to give this man a husband treatment, but I'm gonna give it's going to be equal treatment to it. So it's like if we do end up together, married and all of that, then that will be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I do to a nigga that ain't showed loyalty or love and trust and being consistent. Like y'all help me y'all help me understand. Y'all understand what they're saying, or am I talking like an alien?
No, you make very good sense. But what I'm saying to you is it's okay to walk in the door with these expectations if that's what you choose. However,
because the dating coach said you're supposed to date with intentions. You shouldn't be.
That's what I say. It's trial and error. And if you're dating with intentions, then that means that maybe you're dating with expectations. And what happens when that person don't meet
for that?
Or that person doesn't meet your expectations. Or okay, so that's just like so what is? I can't even think of the word I'm trying to think. But you're saying that you're going in with, these expectations and these standards and, what you want and these, but then you may get in it and it maybe turned out to be something else that you may want, or your standards may change. You may say, oh, I don't like, example, I don't like dark-skinned people. I would never date a dark-skinned guy. Or I never would date a dark-skinned chick. No, I'm not saying me.
I'm sorry.
And oh, I don't like short men. I don't like short girls. But then this short girl or this short guy might turn out to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Mm-hmm. But you went in that without expectations. You was not looking. You was not, you didn't create this whole vision.
Right, yeah.
You just got in it. Okay. And now you notice, oh, I do like this. And I do.
Charles said you treat your wife as you treat yourself. Kim said you should treat every relationship as if it's an end result will be marriage. Okay, so Kim's saying that you should treat every relationship like the end result will be marriage. Okay. Charles said, not Charles. Tiffany said, "Where's Coach Nick? We need his input." Miller said, "I have been married for 10 years. It's a lot of work and obstacles." What does Tiffany say? Tiffany said, "Men are definitely looking for the wife in you before popping the question. Mm-hmm. They're not just enjoying the ride and blindly proposing. The marriage part is contractual." Right. Okay, so Tiffany follows me, okay? I like that. Tiffany follows me that, you gotta know and you have to see these things in a person before you even say I do or say yes. I feel like if you are, now me, I don't know if you get, but I've already seen that you displayed that you're a cheater, a liar, or you could potentially hurt me in whichever form it could be, then I would be a little hesitant before I said some motherfucker I do and yes to you. I can't even lie. I would, because it's like, I get it, because the dating coach always says people could change, people change. I'm just not there to sit and say you change.
People change.
Because the dating coach always says that you can grow. People grow and can get better through cheating. They can grow and you can stay together through it. But you have to. Both people have to be willing to put in that work. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, in my relationship, I'm not that one that wants to put that work in or on that part of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying. I have to already see something in you for me to be able to be like, yeah, I can marry this dude. Not only that, even with meeting you and being with you, you have to you should already be able to tell if this person is going to be in your life or where you see this person at in your life. Do you guys agree? Do you think that you should be able to tell where you see this person at in your life? Whether we just gonna have fun, hang out, whether I'm gonna just friend zone him, whether I'll be like, I'm gonna put my best foot forward and really try to do something with him. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like you could meet somebody and you're supposed to know that right off the bat?
They say you do, Tom. They say you do. I don't, but they say you do.
They say you do what?
You should know where you want this. Like, they say a woman or they know what they, whether or not they're going to really, be serious or whatever when they first, with that first interaction.
But you don't think so?
I mean, I'm not
saying. That's when you meet somebody, you know what dude you're going to use. You know what dude you're
That's
not.
what they say.
You know
they
which
say
woman
women
you're
know.
going to use just to get some butt. You know which woman you're not. So, it's real. It happens.
I mean, I believe it.
You believe it happens?
I believe it happens, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what do you guys, give us a heart and a thumbs up and share, just so you guys know. We will be doing another raffle next week. Make sure you guys tune in next week. Shay Monet will be here with the raffle, the 3 bundles for $20 raffle that she's doing, that she's having. I truly, I'm excited. Everybody can enter, and just so you know, I'm goddamn entering, and I don't care who don't like it, cause I like bundles too. Okay, so that'll be fun. I know that's gonna be extremely fun. Let me go to some of the comments over here. Producer, we gotta talk to the producer. Fix that. Just bring that there. Sorry, y'all, commercial. Y'all know how we do. Just talk to each other. Bring that there. Move that there. Move that there. Move that there. Thank you. Sorry, they hate when I get it. They know how I am when I get into my little zone. And bring that. Or you can even be done with that altogether, to be honest. Yeah, in that. Love you, IG. But go to Facebook, because y'all some blowers. Not only that, let's see. He knows what to do with that savings. So Linwood says they talk all that good shit in the interview and can't perform the job. That's what I'm saying. They talk all that stuff, because people give you their representatives. You meet the shell before you meet the vessel.
I always say that's the first 3 to 6 months.
I feel like that
you
too.
I feel like that they want to be, and then you be like, oh hell.
And another thing that I feel like that we shouldn't do. You shouldn't never tell what happened in the previous relationship or what you do and don't like. I want you to figure me out on your own.
Yeah.
I want you to know what makes me tick, what makes me top, what makes my body rock. You know, I don't want to have to go and tell you what Darnell and Shaquan and Ray Quaz did, and for you not to want to do it. No, give me Brian. If you want to be Brian, give me Brian, Peter, Paul, Job, and them. You know, give me them. You know, for the Bible.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They need love too. You feel me? So give me them if that's what you want to do. But don't give me the person that you think I want because you've listened to what the fuck I went through. Because then I'll be even more mad when you listen to everything Charleston did and you turn around and you do it just goddamn self. Don't you hate that?
Biggest disappointment.
The biggest
and it's always
disappointment.
I tell you, it's like always the ones that are like, they show you like, oh, I want to be here, okay, they're patient, you know, like they on you, and then they end up like,
oh yeah, because we had that question and Raymond couldn't really give us an answer. Charles, since you got all the goddamn answers, and Linwood, you got all the answers, and that ain't going to your question, why do you guys get us? You
do everything to get us, but you can't do shit to keep us.
Ooh, say it again.
You do everything to get us, but can't do shit to keep us. Why?
Why?
I want to know.
And then when you do that, you don't mind letting us go, and you guys for fucking
how you get them is how you keep them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't agree with that.
Well, you don't agree with
I'm
it?
not
Okay,
agree-
you know
I'm
what?
not agreeing
I
with
know
that
what you
part.
want.
Not that
I know
part.
what you want.
I'm with you
Yeah, I
though
feel
on
you.
the rest of it.
I feel you.
Go ahead, tell us before we get out of here.
No,
How you get them is also how you use them, but.
Oh, I definitely believe that. How you
We
get
know
them?
you do miss vibrations, but I
Yeah.
was all on board with you, Jazz, up until that part.
Yeah. How you get them is definitely how you lose them, okay? But sometimes that's a story.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
can have
That's a
another
story
side
for
bit.
today.
Yeah.
We're gonna take y'all to church right now.
Okay, Pass.
She said, okay, Pastor. Charles said, I don't do that. I know, Charles. That was a slip up.
Wait.
We know he's a gentleman.
Charles, when you coming? I'm dying. You fucking around gonna make me have a blind date.
Hold on.
Just for you. So Timothy Bond said, because we get tired of y'all crap by the time we get you. See, now you're the only one, Timothy, that fucking answered that. Because even when we did the show a couple weeks ago with Raymond, and I asked that, Raymond gave his answer, which was a solid answer. Shout out to him. But no other gentleman, like really, they chimed in, but they really didn't really keep it 100. Like, yeah, because we get you and then we get fucking tired of you. Point blank motherfucking period. You
I
know?
mean, because women can be
We're
irky. We can be irky.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the same time that they don't. I feel like you fellas forget that we get tired of y'all too.
Yeah.
I was always taught like don't start nothing if you can't finish it.
Like
That's
bro, don't
it.
start like give an example, like paying all your bills or something.
No, because I don't need a father. Damn it.
Oh,
I'm saying.
You don't need a son either.
They motherfucking right. Listen. So no, what I'm saying is, like, okay, if you, let me see.
Oh,
Because this is hard. Like, okay, if you, let's say, for instance, John, right? I love
Jennifer
John.
Hyman Smith. I'm sorry, y'all.
Girl,
I'm sorry.
shut up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And you gonna do it on camera.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
Okay, so let's say John is dating me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And John, we go out, you know, he pays for the bill, I need a tip. You know, things like that, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so then 6, maybe, I'm gonna say 10 months later into the whole dating, he's like, you know, why don't you, like, let's just split the bill. Every time we go out, now you want to split the bill.
Okay.
Well, nigga, that's not how you got me. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't,
Damn.
So
if you
she
started
said,
it,
damn.
if you started it,
Go ahead.
if we had a conversation, it's
You
cool.
hear that?
Leave John alone, but you should be able to pay
Leave
sometimes
John
after
alone.
10 months, though. I'm just going to say,
No,
after
no,
10
you're
months,
absolutely
you should be
right.
paying.
You're absolutely right, but I'm not splitting no bill. We're not splitting the bill. Either I pay or you pay, but we ain't splitting no
Why?
damn
Because
bill.
y'all never started. I understand
Because
that.
we never
right.
started
I get
it.
that,
If we
but
had it
10
in the
months.
beginning,
Man, that's kind of fucked up.
No, because we
No, it's
should split
not.
the bill. We shouldn't. I can pay. You know,
You
I can
pay
pay.
the
You
bill. I
pay.
can pay the bill.
Yeah.
You can pay the bill. Why
But
we
Jazz
gotta
took
split
it
it?
to 10 months, though. 10 months we having this conversation.
No, I'm just saying, like 10 months down the line, it's like all of a sudden, like, yo, you know what?
I'm going to just say
I'll be at dinner. Let's
I'm going to
just
just
split
say
the
the
bill.
partner isn't no longer into you. If he going to say split the bill, I mean, 10 months, 10 months, that's almost a year.
I'm not like, listen.
Pick another example.
Okay.
If you started off with us being together and you came home and I had a decent hour, is that a good one to use?
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
What's a decent hour?
Right.
Oh, God dang. Next question.
No, it's a decent hour.
Everybody-
It's 2 o'clock. Okay, in Maryland, everything closes at what, 2:30? So, like, let's say 3 o'clock. Let's say 3
And
o'clock.
it depends. Happy hour. Happy hour be going to 5. Like, I don't know. I think you can go back to your
Okay, you
bill
guys,
question.
let's ask them. So you guys that's watching, what is a decent hour to return home, or you should be home when you are living with someone? Respectfully. But keep in mind, everybody's relationship is a different understanding.
Okay, so what goes in your relationship?
But go back to Jaz's question. I think it's about, okay, so when she's saying about this, or this splitting of the bill, it's not based upon the timing for her. What it's based upon is she's trying to say, well, look, all this time you've been paying the bill and I've been leaving the tip, and now all of a sudden you out the blue say some shit like, we gonna split this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at
you. And then you want to wait till dinner. Like, nigga, we can't even have a conversation at the house before
the relationship is over. That's what I'm gonna say.
So Tiffany said no later than 2 a.m.
Thank you.
That's some bullshit.
Thank you.
I'm
I
sorry.
thought the club closed at 10. I'm not gonna get it until almost 3.
I'm gonna give you 3.
I've decided I want to go party in D.C.
Yes.
Okay, then maybe you need to be single.
Oh, damn. Y'all broke up?
No.
I woke up like this. Oh,
Well, I'm going to just say, trust me. That's all I'm going to say. Just trust me.
COVID.
Trust me, because I'm coming when I get
Okay. My question is, are you letting the person know, okay, babe, I'm about to go, I'm going to DC, or are you just like,
No, I'm going to say that's where I'm going.
So Katrina said when the event is over, that's when you should be home. Linwood said lights in the club on at 1:30. You should be home no later than 2:30 if you're putting up food. This nigga. Tiffany said after the clubs and lounges are closed, ain't nothing open but legs.
Exactly.
Hello. And she ain't talking about chicken wings, y'all. And then Angie said if I am paying a bill, I'm dating somebody else. We dating other people. So she said she ain't even fucking.
And then she said she ain't splitting the bill. Shit.
Yeah.
Y'all
I'm not
split
going
the
to
shit on
split.
this
No,
bill.
I'm not splitting no bill.
I don't see anything wrong with splitting a bill.
Why? Why are we
Yeah,
splitting
please
the
tell me why.
bill? Like,
Please.
I mean, if we're out, see, that's the basis of like somebody meeting you. That's one of your things that shouldn't change. Me, I don't. My mother always told me you gotta make sure you got your own money when you go to eat with somebody.
yeah, but that's
So,
when you're meeting them.
I mean,
She's saying y'all
but-
already done been out
Y'all
on
are
dates.
dating.
Y'all are
You're
dating.
dating.
Why
So
you?
Because we're dating, I can't say, hey, let's split the bill one day.
Why can't I just be like, I'll pay this,
Yeah,
or you
why
pay that?
can't
Why
I
do we
pay
have
it?
to split the
Oh, yeah,
bill?
you can do that.
I'm
Right.
right. That's all I'm saying. I'm not
But
splitting. Either I pay or you
I
pay,
don't
but
want
we're
people.
not
I
splitting
don't
the
want
bill.
people that's out here splitting to feel away, Jazz. Because you seem like because you.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just the bill just mean they with a clown or something, Jazz.
No, I never said.
I mean, no, continue to split your bill, you guys. Continue to split the bill.
Right, because split your bills.
She said, what Charles say? Charles said, why y'all old asses in the club anyway? Good point, Charles. Good point.
Speak for her.
Music is good. The music might be nice.
The music is good. Tiffany said it really boils down to communication. Not 5 or 6 a.m. strolling in like shit cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
that's true. I agree with Tiffany.
I mean, I get that. I guess it all also goes with your relationship. Like, you know when it's too fucking late. And at the same time, I feel like you have to know your partner. Somebody who's like that relationship, I'm not saying that we have that or that can't exist, but and no relationship is perfect, but that relationship where that communication, where that trust isn't there, where you have not ever caught them not being where they said they were going to be, you know, where if they came in late, they may have had proof or may have had proof, or it was never an issue, or they invited you to go out with them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it all depends on the relationship of the person that you're with. Because if I can trust you and I feel like we don't have any issues as far as me feeling like insecure or any infidelity things or whatever's going on, and you happen to come in a little later than usual, all right, okay. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna feel like, oh, he disrespected me. He ain't come home last night. No, every week and every weekend and every month or some shit like that, that can lead up to being a problem. But it's just like, okay, because I know for me, I go out with my friends.
Yes.
And we don't ever fucking come.
And I don't have a
And we don't be,
time.
you know what I'm saying? And we don't be laid up with dudes.
Right,
We don't
we
be on the
just
phone
having
trying to
fun.
get dudes. We leave the club. Oh, I'm hungry. All right, let's go eat. What's open?
But
Let's
don't
just
you
ride
think that's
around.
when the check-in be like, hey, babe, I'm just
Yeah,
not.
absolutely.
We still out and about, and
You definitely
I'll let you know. Right? It's about I agree, communication.
communication.
Yeah, I feel like you do. You can check in and all of
Because
that.
I check.
Like, don't just go come to the house 4:00 in the morning, cold turkey where I ain't heard from you, seen you since your black ass threw that Old Spice and that Men's Dove and put your fucking cologne on and went out the door with your axe.
Are you
And Old Spice?
Are you having a memory? Because you just.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, I just know the smell.
Flashback.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
He is funky.
Yes,
Old
why
Spice
you-
and eggs.
He is ready for
You
whatever.
don't gotta worry about him cheating. I'm
Like,
trying to
baby.
Ain't nobody gonna want him.
It's like,
I
because
mean,
he
y'all
didn't see
put
that.
on
Yes.
y'all Paris Hilton. What y'all put on Paris Hilton? Juicy Couture?
No, that Dior, that Men's Dior. That's a name drop.
That Men's Dior. Go
That's
get
a-
some.
that's a-
Is you giving them
It's
tips?
It's a tip.
Okay.
That Dior.
Go get Dior. She said that's a panty dropper. Bloop, bloop, drop your drawers. Go ahead.
It is. That's
Maybe
nice.
on the next show. Maybe on the next show.
I'm a Turk twin.
Yeah,
I don't
she
drop
is
my
Turk
drawers
twin.
now.
So let's see.
She is so petty.
Yeah. Charles said if it don't hurt to disrespect them, you need to look at yourself. Then he also said, fuck that. It don't feel good to hurt someone you love.
That's true.
It definitely doesn't. 10 months in, Linwood said 10 months in, y'all should have a joint account. That's splitting the bill shit. That's splitting the bill shouldn't be a topic of conversation.
Amen.
Also,
Church.
hold on though. I put Charles on this, but Charles said you married if you got a joint account. So you should have a joint account with a boyfriend. Me
No.
personally, I got a question for y'all. Would y'all buy a house with a boyfriend?
No,
But people do it every day.
I wouldn't. That's
That
just
wasn't
my.
the question.
that's
Would you
just
buy a
me.
house with your boyfriend?
Hell no.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, that's just me though.
I can't.
I need more security.
Those
Yeah,
are like
you ain't
big.
lying.
That's like big moves. Like,
Right,
whoosh,
right.
whoosh. We buying. I'm not buying no fucking house.
It's
with a
certain things
boyfriend.
I just don't. I just
Yeah,
don't
I'm not
do.
doing it. And there's nothing wrong with people who do it.
Right.
But I just feel like for me, like I'm not saying that just because you're my husband and we buy the house is going to work.
Well-
but I'm just not about to buy no house with my boyfriend. Like,
Well, what comes along with that question is, I mean, is this? Think about it though.
Where's the
because-
relationship going?
No,
Angela said,
because
hell no.
you
She's
saying
not
that,
gonna
but because I feel like it's no stability. But who's to say that being married is the stability? People get divorces and they gotta split everything too. So I mean, it's kind of catch-22.
It can be a catch-22, but
I'm not doing
for
it.
me in my life,
I'm not.
I'm not about to make no huge decision like that with no boyfriend.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I had an aunt. who
And I'm
did
not
it,
buying
though.
my house, and we engaged, and I'm putting you on the deed. We gonna go buy a new house together. I'm not.
Why?
And
What
we
if
gonna
I
bring
like
this
my
one out.
house?
Yeah,
But
I'm
what if
not
I
doing
really like my house? I don't want to go get another one. I'm just.
But see, I had an aunt who did it. She dated this guy for 18 years. They finally got married when both my cousins graduated college,
Oh.
and they bought a house together, and like it worked. But I was like,
Okay,
It-
can
it's
I ask
cool
you,
for those
so
who
is
think
it
it's
wrong
cool.
for me to keep my house and
No.
still
are you gonna
go
rent
get-
it out, or you just gonna try to live in it?
it's my damn house, and then and we can go find one together because I
No.
want to keep my house,
No.
but I'm not leaving mine.
Hey, LeBron said y'all buy cars with boyfriends.
Oh,
I don't.
no,
Yeah,
I
I
never.
never experienced that.
And I won't.
I never experienced
I
that.
mean,
I
raised
won't.
little dummy.
Yeah, Tiffany said I would test out the living room. I would test out living with that person, but I'm not buying a house with a boyfriend.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not buying a house with a boyfriend. I'm not buying a house with a girlfriend.
I mean,
I'm
I ain't
not
even never
buying a fucking
leased.
house with a friend.
I never leased with a mate.
You never leased with a mate?
No.
I have, and that shit is annoying.
Yeah, because
It's annoying. It's annoying. It can be annoying. Like, yeah. I prefer for us to have a big. Let me tell y'all, when I get married and we have it, my goal, my house has to be like a duplex, because
That's what I was just
you
asking.
you go to your house.
Because when you're in the mood, or when I feel like I want
That's what I
space, and it's not necessarily meaning that we're arguing. We all come in. We outside of my marriage and us being together, bitch, we two individual people.
Yeah.
We deal with
Maybe I just need a
different
vacation.
things. So it's like for that, I mean, of course you have your. I feel like it would work. I think some people give me a thumbs up. I think some people need to. Marriage probably last a little longer. People had bought duplexes instead of you just being in the basement. Like, look, you go to your side. You know what I'm saying?
But
take your breather. But you can't do this with somebody that is
but
going to be fucking around, sneaking bitches.
It's not even just that. Some women couldn't
just,
handle that either.
You know
Some men couldn't handle that.
Really?
The separation part. Yes. Because
you come upstairs when you feel like it.
Yeah, but that's just like people that have, you know, I knew like.
Well, that's how I want my marriage to be.
I know somebody that actually him and the mates had separate bedrooms. And I was like
not a guest room, like they all.
No, she had her room, he had his.
I know somebody like that.
So, and I'm like,
and I also knew 2 old people who had twin beds in their bed.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I mean, but I mean, if it works, if it works for you, but I don't know.
If it works, it works.
Right.
Tiffany said, yeah, that's me. I like my own space. All right, Tiffany, so when you buy your house with your man, get a duplex, because that's what I'm going to do. She said, no lease sharing, just long sleepovers. LeBron said, so my mother and her second husband had their own room so they could have space. And it works, you feel me? Now, for me, we're going to have a duplex. But you ain't getting your own fucking room.
I feel like when you get a guest room, and that becomes like, a guest room is fine. You just gotta get out my face.
But you not the guy. He not a guest.
Yeah, I'm not with
you put him in a guest room.
If you're gonna be in the house,
well, why you put him on the couch?
But he ain't gonna be in the couch. He can have the basement or something. But why is he putting them in a whole separate house? You chicks is something. You put them in a whole separate house. You want to put them in a guest room.
We on the same level. She want to put them in a whole
technically, you do know that they are basements. They are attics.
We are here.
They're attics.
Yes, they are attics. That's really nice. You have really nice attics.
We are here for the honesty, and I'm fucking being honest.
I mean,
I'm telling you, I want you to because I know me. I know me, and you gotta know you.
I just think the same way you got a guy's den, I just need a girl's den. That's it.
A woman's cave.
Yeah, that's all we need. We don't have to have separate living quarters. You know, I just, but when I'm ready to go home, I just want to go home. So, I mean, that's different. But my husband, I just think that he do need his man cave, and I'll take my woman cave, and we'll leave it as that.
Okay. So that was it tonight, you guys. Make sure that you share. Give me a heart, a thumbs up. Thank you for watching me tonight. I introduce you to my twerk producer. Get on your job. I am here tonight. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. The shit got knocked and all that, but guess what? We clear. And I will see you guys next week. Make sure you're here. You join in for the $20 hair raffle. Get your woman some bundles, okay? Make sure you head over to Sweets Express, because Sweets Express is also having her Father's Day special that she has going on. Go over to Instagram and get her. Make sure you check out Lala's Vibes. Get your nails, toes, and patties, and everything's done.